Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Ravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaur Savrin Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So today is the very auspicious appearance of Lord Narasimhadev. He is the half man, half lion incarnation of Krishna. So we'll hear the backstory of why he appeared, what was his purpose, and how can we derive blessings from Lord Nrsimhadev, the proper consciousness in which we serve.
So today is Chaturdashi. It is mentioned in the Padma Purana. Can someone just read the translation? Today?
So it is the 14th day of the bright fortnight. On this auspicious day, Lord Narasimhadeva. Therefore, on this auspicious tithi, all the devotees observe it by fasting, offering prayers. Narasimhadeva.
This is from the Padma Purana that in this Vaishakha month, on this Chaturdashi Tithi, Lord Narasimhadev makes his appearance. And today is a very special day also. It is Mother's Day. So wishing all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. So can we imagine Lord Nrsimhadev to be a mother?
Yes. What is me? For Prahlada.
But here it is said in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Madhya Leela, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is glorifying Lord Nrsimhadev to be like just like how a lioness would protect its cubs. Like that, Lord Nrsimhadev is protecting. So we can read the translation. Anyone?
Also, the lioness is very kind to her cubs. Similarly, also very felicious to non-devotees like Hiranyakashipu. Lord Narasimhadeva is very, very soft and kind to devotees like Prahlad Maharaj.
So again, Lord Nrsimhadev is celebrated as the Supreme Mother, like a lioness. She's protecting her cubs. Jai Nrsimhadev and Happy Mother's Day. This is a very cute picture of Lord Nrsimhadev. So the backstory, like what Prabhu was saying, is that Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha Loka, the abode of Lord Vishnu, it is guarded by two personalities. The gate of Vaikuntha is guarded by two personalities, Jaya and Vijaya. Yes. So these two personalities, they are very famous, that they are the gatekeepers of the Vaikuntha planet.
So one time, the four Kumaras, they are Sanat Kumar, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanak Kumar. These four Kumaras, they are actually great sages who are directly the sons of Brahma. Brahma is the engineer of the universe. And he had created them so they can procreate. But at the age of 5 years, they attained enlightenment. They felt, you know what, if my body grows, if our bodies grow, then all sorts of different desires start coming. We lose our innocence. And all these material desires would just be distractions in our spiritual path. So they took a boon that their bodies don't grow beyond 5 years of age. So all the four brothers said, no longer beyond 5 years. So they're innocent like a 5-year-old child, but they are great sages with a lot of wisdom, several centuries old, but still in a 5-year-old body. And so they go around. In fact, one of the sampradayas has come from these four Kumaras. Hare Krishna, welcome. So these four Kumaras, they came to the gates of Vaikuntha. They wanted to meet. They are qualified. They are pure devotees. But Jay and Vijay, the doorkeepers, they did not know who these four Kumaras are. They're like, somehow these four children have wandered to this Vaikuntha. They must have had, where are your parents? They were like, what do you mean? Yeah, Brahma is our father. And Jai Vijay wouldn't believe. And so these four Kumaras, they cursed Jai and Vijay that you are not allowing us to have darshan of our Supreme Lord. So we curse you that you would go into the material world in the Bhuloka. And just then, Vishnu, he understood that this commotion is going on his entrance. So he ran to protect his doorkeepers, devotees, because they were just doing their service. And so as he came, the scent of the tulasi on his lotus feet went into the nostrils of the four Kumaras. And they became pure devotees because of that. And as a result, they calmed down a little bit. And so when Vishnu came, he begged forgiveness from these four Kumaras. So it's not that the devotees respect the Lord. Lord also respects his devotees. We think that, oh, he is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He must be thinking, you are my slaves. I can make you do anything. That's not the attitude. All Krishna wants is our love. And so he begged forgiveness on behalf of his devotees and said, please, you have cursed them, but please forgive them. So they said, we cannot take back our words, but we can give options. They can choose to either take 3 births in the material world as demons or 7 births in the material world as devotees, as your devotees.
What do you think Jai Vijay chose?
Demons.
Three demons. Enemies of
And why? Why do you think they chose?
They don't want to be away from the Lord.
Yeah. Yes, and also it is explained that another reason is that in Vaikuntha everyone is my Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu was a little tired, his hands were also itching, so he wanted to have some combat, some fight. And nobody in Vaikuntha would do that with him, So he said, okay, my internal associates, they will go and they will be the demons. And so they chose to be these 3 in the 3 different yugas. In Satya Yuga, they came as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Second, in Treta Yuga, they came as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And in Dwapara Yuga, they came as Dantavakra and Shishupala. So in the first birth, when they came, Hiranyaksha, the elder brother, he was killed by Lord Varahadev.
First avatar.
Huh?
The first avatar.
Varaha, no, Matsya is amongst the Leela avatars. Matsya is the first, then Kurma, then Varaha.
By the way, tomorrow is Kurma Jayanti.
Yes. So this is Varahadev killing Hiranyaksha. So when Hiranyaksha was killed in this way, at that time, Hiranyakashipu, he was so angry at Lord Vishnu. They forgot that they were Jai, Vijay, all gone down. They didn't remember anything. So they were having so much enmity. Hiranyakashipu, he swore vengeance that I'm going to take revenge of my brother. So he went to the Mandara hills, to the Mandara mountains, and he performed great tapasya for centuries. He was, thousands of years. His performance of tapasya was so great that you can see half of his body became skeleton. And it was transformed into an ant hill, ants started coming and just, residing over there. And everywhere the devatas were shocked, what's happening? So, Lord Brahma, he came to see him. Yes, Hiranyakashipu, tell me, what do you want? He said, I never want to die, I want immortality. So Lord Brahma said, my dear sons, Hiranyakashipu, even I am not immortal. Even I have to die. I don't have something, how can I give it to you? I can't give you immortality. So then Hiranyakashipu said, okay, if I can't be immortal, then I want these 4 things. What are the 4 things?
No human, no animal,
No demons, no demigods should kill me. I should not be killed by them. I should not be killed inside the house, outside the house. I should not be killed in the day or in the night. I should not be killed by any weapons. So Hiranyakashipu said, okay, if I get these conditions met, then I'm cheating my way to immortality. Because I'm so powerful, no human being is capable of killing me. So only demons and demigods can kill me. So not inside the house, not outside the house, not with any weapons. So that is as good as being immortal, right? So Hiranyakashipu thought he had cheated death. He cheated Lord Brahma, but Brahma smiled and said, Tathastu, no problem. I give you all your benedictions. No problem. So Hiranyakashipu was very happy. Now in the meantime, what was happening is Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, she was pregnant. When Hiranyakashipu went to the mountains to do the tapasya, that time she was pregnant. And so she was brought under the shelter of Narada Muni. And Narada Muni brought Kayadu, Mother Kayadu, to his ashram and started giving her spiritual wisdom. And who was in her womb? Prahlad was in the womb. And even Prahlad would listen to the words of Narad Muni, the spiritual wisdom given to by Narad Muni.
So Narad Muni at that time, it is said that um, because Kayadu was in his ashram, and the child in the womb actually hears, is like a sponge of the sound vibrations that are going around. So whatever is the consciousness of the mother, whatever the mother thinks, speaks, those vibrations are absorbed by the child in the womb. So that's why it is recommended for pregnant women to be around devotees or to read Srimad Bhagavatam or some kind of spiritual scriptures, because the child would actually absorb the same vibrations.
Do we
And-
know any? Sorry. Do we know any other instance in history?
Lavakusha.
Love
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu was in the womb of Uttara, heard
Chakravyuh.
from
Chakravyuh.
Arjuna how to enter into Chakravyuha. But then what happened?
She slept, maybe she slept.
Uttara slept. So, no. Arjuna was telling Uttara how to get into the Chakravyuh, and then Uttara slept. So when Uttara slept, he stopped speaking. So Abhimanyu was like from inside, he was saying, how do I come out from Chakravyuh? How do I come out? I don't know.
He spoke about only how to enter.
How to enter. But he didn't know how to come out. So that was a turning point in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, I mean, it's all Krishna's plan, but anyways. So
There has also been research done in Harvard Medical School. They had come up with this journal where they said the child in the womb absorbs all these different vibrations. So Prahlad Maharaj was absorbing the vibrations of the ashram of Narad Muni, where all chanting was going on. The katha of Krishna's pastimes was going on. All the devotees were following the principles and everything. So he, in that atmosphere, he actually took birth. And from his childhood, he was a devotee of Krishna. And the son of Hiranyakashipu, the biggest enemy of Krishna, because Krishna killed, as Varahadev, he killed his elder brother. And Hiranyakashipu being so, after getting the boon, he was thinking, no one can defeat me. I am even better than Krishna. And he had teachers in Gurukuls and propaganda that was being propagated that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Hiranyakashipu. Everyone in the of his subjects were brainwashed that Hiranyakashipu Samhita, Lord Brahma Samhita, and they were glorifying him. There were chants. There was nothing about Krishna or Vishnu, and he was actually the emperor of the whole world, not just a small kingdom here and there. Even the Devata, they would be fearful of him. If he would raise his eyebrows, it is said that all the Devatas would get scared. And if he wanted, if the weather was not to his liking, he would just say 72 degrees Fahrenheit. All the Devatas, the Vayu Dev, the Pavan, all the different Devatas would, Surya would control the temperature exactly to become that. He didn't need an air conditioner.
But there was this one personality. Everyone was a devotee of Hiranyakashipu. Everyone was glorifying Hiranyakashipu. Except for this one tiny 5-year-old boy. Jashrita, how young are you? 2, 5. She's 5 years. So
that is the nature of ego. Our ego is that everyone would be glorifying us. One person says anything bad about us, our whole mind would just be focused on how dare this person say this about me. Hundreds of people, all the friends are being nice to us. They're telling so many good things about us. But our mind will just be attracted to that. So Hiranyakashipu, whole world was glorifying, but he was miserable. Just because this 5-year-old boy would not accept that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
And so Hiranyakashipu told, the Gurukul teachers, 2 teachers, Shanda and Amarka, he called them and he said, go train my boy. He is, talking nonsense. Take him to the school and teach him actual wisdom that I am God. Teach him that. So then Prahlad Maharaj was brought to the school, and what did he do? He started preaching to his schoolmates, to all his, friends. He started telling them, Ishvara Paramakrishna Satchidananda Vigraha, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should just worship him, nobody else. And he would, chant Kirtan like we see here. He would chant Kirtan, and all his friends, they would also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then after a few days, Chanda and Amarka, they brought Prahlad back. They said, Hiranyakashipu, my lord, your son is uncontrollable. Not only he is crazy, he is making all the Gurukul boys also crazy. So please, we can't take the charge of him. You take him. So then Hiranyakashipu, so angry, he said, my son, my own son is disobeying me. I'm going to kill you. That's it. I don't have anything to do with you. He ordered his soldiers. And how many ways did he try to kill Prahlad? He ordered his soldiers that go and kill my son. Imagine, father telling just because the son would not worship the father. So he told the soldiers, go and kill him. The soldiers first tried with spears and swords, trying to, kill Prahlad. They were not able to. They put him under a mad elephant. There also, that mad elephant became cured and he just ran away the other side. He did not stampede Prahlad. Then he was put into a pit of poisonous snakes. But Prahlad Maharaj, he is the Smaranam Acharya. He always would be Vishnu Smaranam. He would always remember Krishna, always remember Lord Vishnu. Krishnaika Sharanam. He would always be mindful of Krishna. So Krishna would protect. The soldiers, they tried to drop him off from the cliff of a mountain into the ocean. And who came and protected him? Lord Vishnu himself came and protected Prahlad. And then Hiranyakashipu's sister, because the soldiers were, they said, my lord, we tried everything. Your son is unkillable. We can't, do anything to him. So Holika came, Hiranyakashipu's sister. And she said, don't worry. I have Brahma's benediction that fire won't burn me. So I will sit on the fire with him on my lap. And you light the fire. Brahma's benediction, I will not be killed, but I will not let him escape. What if he runs away? So I will make him sit on my lap and you burn. So then, when the fire was burnt, why did she burn? Because she said, I was not supposed to die. Lord Brahma benedicted me not to die. That fire won't harm me. Why did I die? Why did she die?
Trying to harm the devotee of Krishna.
Lord Brahma appeared. Very true. Lord Brahma appeared on the scene because she was asking Lord Brahma that Brahma, was your promise wrong? That you said I will not be harmed by fire, but fire is harming me, it's destroying me. So then Lord Brahma said, my dear Holika, I gave you that benediction to protect yourself, not to harm others. You are misusing my benediction. So therefore, she died. And Prahlad stayed back. Holika disappeared into the flames, but Prahlad stayed back. This time, Hiranyakashipu was really, really upset, extremely angry.
And that's when Hiranyakashipu said, I need to take the matter in my own hands. None of my soldiers were successful. None of my sister was not successful. So he said, why do you think, who do you think is the Supreme Personality of God? He said, Krishna. That's when Hiranyakashipu became very angry. Why do you say he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Where do you get the strength? No one can dare say this in front of me. Where do you get the strength? He said, I get the strength from the same place that you get your strength. What do you mean? From Krishna. He is the source of all strength, all power, all beauty, all renunciation, all wisdom, all knowledge. And so then he said, where is Krishna? Tell me, I am the most powerful, I will kill him. He said, Krishna, he is everywhere, in every atom and the space between atoms. He's present. Is he present in this pillar? He said, yes, he's present in the pillar. So Hiranyakashipu took his gada and he broke the pillar. And from the pillar came a loud roar of a lion. Hiranyakashipu was like, pillar, what's going on? And then he saw the ferocious face of Lord Narasimhadeva, where it was half man, half lion. No one had ever seen such a being, ever. with sharp nails, with his mane flowing in the air, of like fire going all over him. The Anantashesh Nag coming up, then Shingadev jumped out of the pillar and came in the stance of fighting Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, he was taken aback, but then he regained his senses and he had the audacity to think that he can win. And he started fighting with Lord Nrsingadev and Hiranyakashipu. Sometimes it would seem that Hiranyakashipu is winning. And all the Devatas, when this fight was going on, all the Devatas came around because they were tormented by Hiranyakashipu. It became like a match, a wrestling match, a fighting match. Everyone was seeing. And then their hearts would come to their mouth when they would see that Hiranyakashipu is overpowering Nrsingadev. But Nrsingadev was actually just playing, just like a father plays with a child, the fighting match. Sometimes the father fakes falling down, and the child thinks, "Yes, I'm winning," and the child comes on top. But the child has no chance. The father is just playing.
And then Hiranyakashipu was dragged by Lord Nrsingadev. Now, what were the 4 benedictions that he had asked for? That I will not be killed by any demigods or demons. So, Lord Nrsingadev is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is not in the category of a devata. So that was the first one. Second one was not inside, not outside. So Lord Nrsingadev dragged him to the door, to the doorway. Because the doorway is supposed to be neither inside nor outside. Correct? At the doorway, Lord Nrsingadev, put him down. And then he said, not in the sky, not on the water, not on land. So Lord Nrsingadev placed him on his own lap, on his thighs. And then, not with any weapons. So Lord Nrsingadev then struck his nails in Hiranyakashipu's belly, ripped it apart. Just ripped it apart. And he pulled out all his intestines from inside. You can see it's a very ghastly. Lord Nrsingadev was the first surgical doctor. Without any anesthesia, he performed a fantastic surgery.
And not only he was so angry. Why was he angry?
Just the Prahlad is being that.
Yeah, because devotee was being harmed. So he was so angry that he took out his intestines, and it's ghastly, but I'm describing because this is how it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam. He would take out his intestines and garland himself with those intestines. So angry on Hiranyakashipu.
Then he just killed him, and you can see this picture where it's just throwing him away. Get out of my lap. Like that. He just discarded him like that. So many people ask this question, like Lord Nrsingadev, when the soldiers were trying to harm him, or when Holika tried to harm him, why did Lord Nrsingadev not come at that time? Bless you. But why did Lord Nrsingadev come now?
He was protecting at that time already.
He was protecting, but this time also he could have protected.
Maybe that time has come.
Maybe time has come. Okay, all is correct.
He was trying to fulfill what Prahlad Maharaj said. He wants to prove that what devotee is doing.
Correct. Correct.
Actually,
And
there is a small side story in this, like when the Prahlad said that God is everywhere, right? There were 14 pillars in that hall. So the side story, right? The background story. So Lord Vishnu was thinking like, because even Lord can't predict like which pillar that Hiranyakashipu is going to break. So he appeared in all the 14 pillars. So he was kind of went and so that he can kind of appear from any of the
Anywhere.
And the main reason that he appeared was because on all the other times, Prahlad Maharaj's faith was not tested. His body was being harmed, and so Krishna was protecting his body in different ways. But now his faith was being tested. His devotion was being tested. So Nrsimhadev actually came to protect the devotion of Prahlad Maharaj. If he would have said, yes, he's on this pillar, he broke the pillar, and he said, look, I broke your God. But to make Prahlad Maharaj's words come true, to protect his faith, Nrsimhadev actually comes to protect our devotion and our faith of the devotees. Because the body will anyways perish one day. Even if the Lord protects now, later on it will die. So there's not much value for God to come to protect the body. But to protect the faith and devotion, that goes eternally. That has eternal value. Although Nrsimhadev, when he appears, it is said that Nrsimhadev is Radha Krishna's incarnation in the material world for protection of his devotees. Spiritual protection, but also material protection. So devotees, if they have any disease, they go to Lord Nrsimhadev. Because according to Srimad Bhagavatam, a devotee, a pure devotee, does not ask for any material benediction. They only ask for spiritual benedictions. Please help me grow my devotion, engage me in your service. Even Prahlad Maharaj, we will see that he did not ask any material benediction when Nrsimhadev asked him. But with Nrsimhadev, we can ask material protection. With Radha Krishna, generally we should just ask for service, and that is our spiritual growth. That will be for our spiritual growth. But devotees are very shy to ask for material benedictions from the Lord. The Lord gives, we just say, whatever you feel best for our devotional service, please give us. But then with Nrsimhadev, we can ask for protection of our body and also our devotional service. We just chanted the Nrsimha Kavacha. In there, if you read the translation of that below what we were reading, that link, it says, please protect my chest, please protect my thighs. A lot of the verses end with patu. Patu means protection. So we are asking for material protection. Nrsimhadev is very special in that way. But his main purpose of his appearance was to protect the devotion.
Yeah, to keep his devotees' words.
Yes.
And also Brahma is his devotee.
Yes,
So he had to hold that truth of what Brahma
absolutely.
did so specific way. He had to
Correct.
do it. So he showed the world that
Exactly,
he had to be killed in this way, and he did it and showed it.
exactly. And if the Lord wanted, he is independent, he is Abhigya Swarat. If he wants, he can disregard it. But that's how dear the devotees are to the Lord, you know. And that's why the Lord made sure that each and every word of Lord Brahma was safeguarded.
That's fulfilled.
Everything was fulfilled.
And
That's Lord Brahma.
that's why Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse which says, Konteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati, which means, oh Arjuna, you declare boldly that my devotee shall never perish. A question may come, why didn't Krishna say himself, I declare boldly that my devotee shall never perish?
Arjuna is prime devotee. Like Prahlad,
Yes,
Arjuna is a prime devotee.
correct. Also, because once his devotee says something, Krishna has to make sure that that will come true. If Krishna says something, he may break his promise. He's Swara. I said something, I broke it. So what? What will you do?
And if it comes against one of his other devotees' words, like In Mahabharata itself, Krishna promised, I will not take up weapons. But then Bhishma said, I'll make sure you take up weapons. And Krishna said, I will fulfill Bhishma Pitama's words. I will let go of my own promise. That is how dear the devotees are to me. That's how dear the devotees are. So here, Lord Narasimhadev, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he was so angry. He was, it is said that after Hiranyakashipu died, all the armies of, Hiranyakashipu, they started coming, and Lord Narasimhadev just, put his nails like this on them.
Can I make one point before we go further? Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
On the point of Krishna making sure that his devotees' words come true, Srila Prabhupada, a pure devotee of Krishna, he said, if you chant 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra and follow 4 regulative principles, you will go back home, back to Godhead. So even if we are not qualified, if we simply follow that instruction of Srila Prabhupada to chant 16 rounds every day, follow 4 regulative principles, and share this knowledge with others, Krishna will make sure that Srila Prabhupada's words come true and then take us back home, back to Godhead. So that's why it is important to take shelter of a devotee to approach Krishna. Because Krishna will make sure that his devotees' words come true.
Safest route. So when Narasimhadev was so angry, all the devatas had come, they were rejoicing. Oh, Hiranyakashipu is dead now. They came to worship and glorify Lord Narasimhadev, but no one was able to approach the angry Lord. Even Lakshmi Devi came. Lakshmi Devi was so scared. Lord Brahma said to Lakshmi Devi, he's very angry, but he's your husband. Why don't you go and pacify him? And she said, well, I don't recognize him. My husband is very calm, composed. Who is this? I've never seen him with this kind of a rupa. This rupa is unknown to me. I've never seen him this angry. I'm not going. So you see here in this picture, Lakshmi Devi is also shying away. She's standing next to Lord Brahma and she's refusing to go in front of Lord Narasimhadev. So Lord Brahma then approached the 5-year-old Prahlad and said, my dear Prahlad, Lord Narasimhadev came for you. So why don't you go and he will be pacified? So Prahlad Maharaj very obediently, little boy, he's climbing up the stairs. He was not afraid. He was so much lovingly, he went to Lord Narasimhadev. He came with a garland to Lord Narasimhadev. He came and garlanded Lord Narasimhadev. As soon as Lord Narasimhadev saw him, it is said that Lord Narasimhadev placed his hands on Prahlad Maharaj's head and immediately picked him up, embraced him. And just like a lioness, how do they show affection to their cubs? How does a lioness show affection? Lick them. So Lord Narasimhadev is said to be licking Prahlad Maharaj, like that. It's so loving. So then he made Prahlad Maharaj sit on his lap. Then Lakshmi Devi said, okay, now there is some resemblance to my husband. Okay, now I can approach him. So then she sat on his lap. That's how we worship Lakshmi Narasimha Swami. So Lakshmi Devi, he is Shanta Narasimha. So this is how Lord Narasimhadev came to be worshipped by Prahlad Maharaj and by all the devatas. And Lord Narasimhadev, he is very affectionate, very loving to his devotees. But he's extremely ferocious, angry, and he destroys anyone who disturbs his devotees. There is no other way around this. If we disturb any devotee, Lord Narasimhadev will come to us. Because Lord Narasimhadev cannot tolerate any of his own devotees being harmed. So that is how he is the protector. There.
How the Lord protects, is it Vaishnava? Is that same? Vaishnava Aparadam,
Mattohati.
you disturb the devotee, very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Somewhere in there.
Here the Vaishnavas, basically, if you are Vaishnava Aparadha.
Vaishnava Aparadam Bhayanka.
Mahabhayak.
So actually, there are a couple of points like that. You have that slide at the beginning of the presentation. Actually, all this thing took place in the particular place in India, right? So probably you have the temple, they can
Yes.
show that.
Ahobilam.
Agabalam. It's called Agabalam.
Ahobilam.
Balam. That's why it's called Balam, the Agabalam. So, but it came into like pronounced as Agabilam.
So here are some of the favorite foodstuffs of Lord Narasimhadev. He's said to love mangoes, ripe mangoes, raw mangoes, and panakam. Panakam is his very favorite drink. Therefore, in Mangalagiri, in Andhra Pradesh, there is Panakala Narasimha in Mangalagiri. Very, very beautiful deity of Lord Narasimha. Panaka, we have it in the drink today.
By ingredients.
Yes.
By ingredients.
5 ingredients.
Primarily jaggery water.
It's jaggery, lemon,
Elachi.
ginger, and
Elachi.
cardamom and everything.
It's a good electrolyte.
Today we have prepared
Panakam. But this is Mayapur recipe coming from Mayapur. So
from Bengal. Bengal's panakam.
because this is Mayapur Narasimhadev. So he drinks this kind of panakam, which we will honor today, which is very similar to the Mangalagiri. The basic ingredients are the same.
And in Mangalgiri, if you go, you get a pitcher full of panakam. You have small pitchers, big pitchers, bigger or
Tell the
smaller.
stores.
Yes. And then you pour. There is Lord Narasimhadev's mouth, but on top of that, they put a armor mouth. Yes. And you pour that. After half is over, whatever be the size, after half of it is over, you'll hear a belch.
Is it?
Oh,
Then it comes out of his mouth or something?
yes. So the pujari is there, they tell you hear. When it's half over, you will hear. So some hear, some just nod their head, but
The devotees can do that abhishek, that they can
Yeah.
feed that.
yeah, they know they purchase and then they give to the pujari. And the pujari puts in the mouth. And then half of the pitcher is over, they'll hear the belch and then they'll say, okay.
Rest of it is Mahaprasad.
Okay.
Yeah, we could hear. I went in 1999.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Another unique thing was like all the avatars of Vishnu, it's all of action, kinetic action. But again, like most of the devotees we practice sattva, like the sattva and like being peaceful and all that. So maybe the Lord indicates that when time comes, we also need to be kinetic and take action.
Yes. Yes. No, yes. I mean, we have to, like Narada Muni, he is known as the transcendental spaceman, right? So he has, disciples from being in an embryo to every species of life, even to a snake. So one time a snake became his devotee, a disciple of Narad Muni, and Narad Muni gave the snake initiation, everything over. So next time when the Narad Muni came to visit the snake was all injured and blood was oozing out. Narad Muni said, "Hey, my dear snake, what happened to you, my Shishya?" He said, "Oh, see, Narad Muni, I've become very humble. I don't bite anyone. So these, village boys, they come, they throw stones at me and they're, this." So Narad Muni said, "Look, I told you not to bite, but you can raise your hood. That will scare them away. If you remain docile, they will stampede upon you." So very true. The Lord teaches us.
So for people like kind of they've totally gone to other extremes, other spectrum, not
Yeah.
you need to know how to balance it.
Yes. We'll end here due to lack of time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If there's any questions, comments, realizations, reflections, even from our Zoom session, we welcome all of you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. If you all have any questions, comments, we can take that now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances.
There's someone speaking from the online.
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Krishna, Sharanam Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj.
Jai.
Ganga Bhagwan ki jai.
Jai.
Nice pastimes, Mataji, and it's very interesting. Even though you know the story, but when you keep on hearing, it's so nectarian, and you always learn something new. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. And
Thank
timely lecture. Hari Bol. Hare
you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna,
Dandavat Pranam.
Mataji. Pranams. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Good to
Thank
hear
you.
all the stories, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes, Prachi. Mhm.
Even it was a Dwapar Yuga or
Satya Yuga. This happened in Satya Yuga. Is the first one.
Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga.
Then Treta, then Dwapara. This Yuga cycle, Treta comes second, then Dwapara came.
Question on this, but Lord Narasimha is fourth avatar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fourth avatar. So it's not in the order of the yugas.
It's not.
So like Matsya Avatar came at the end of Kali Yuga of the previous and the beginning of Sanya. Cycle was changed. Yeah, it's a cycle.
Even Kurma Avatar during the, Devasur Sangrama, the
Manthara.
Samudra.
So Samudra Manthana, that time they came. So then after that Varahadev, then Nrsimhadev.
So those are in the same Yuga, right?
And of course, these are just Leela avatars that we know. There are 5 kinds of incarnations. There is Manvantara incarnation, Yuga avatars,
Satyaveta,
Shaktaveta avatar. So like the
Purusha Avatar, Leela.
Leela avatar. So
There is not much stories around that. It's only one event, maybe one event,
yeah.
that particular event. Like
Yeah.
for Kurma, maybe that is that Manthara.
Yes.
He kind of saved there, maybe that
Yeah.
balance there.
Balance the Mandara.
Mandara.
But there are no other pastimes, I think.
Yeah.
With
Correct.
Kurma.
Kurma. Same with Matsya,
Same with Mandara.
right? Same thing. Maybe the third, like another this Varaha Avatara, maybe there are some pastimes, maybe few pastimes, I think.
There are a few pastimes.
Few pastimes,
The
but not
Varaha
many.
Nrsimha also
Yeah.
pastime is
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Not many.
Yeah.
Few.
So different yugas, different manvantaras, different incarnations come. It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto, Shukadev Goswami mentioned that just like there are waves in the ocean, that many incarnations of the Lord are. But I can't say everything, otherwise this book will become
Yeah.
extremely bulky.
And the prominent ones.
Yeah.
Prominent Leela avatars.
Yeah, based on the number of pastimes, it's celebrated more.
Yeah.
The more the pastime, the more the temples and celebrated kind of more
Krishna, Rama, they have
more temples compared to Lord Narasimha. So similar to like Varaha has less temple and even lesser temple for Kurma.
Yeah.
In Tirumala, it is there.
Yes. Okay.
Mataji, can I ask
Yes,
you a question?
Yes,
Uh,
please.
I heard, when Hiranyakashipu saw Brahma, he also requested one more. I'm not sure if it is in the scriptures, but I
Yeah.
heard somebody saying, I don't want to be killed in this 12 months because there are only 12 months in a year. So I heard that's why there is Adhika Mas. There is a 13th month. So that's why, he comes on the Adhika Mas and then he kills
So
it.
there is a Adhika Mas that comes.
We've not found reference to that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, though, Prabhu.
Right.
But yeah, a very interesting point. Thank
I- yeah, thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I mean, unless it's in some scriptures,
Yes.
you cannot
Correct.
believe anything anybody says.
Correct.
Other people
Correct.
say something on their
That's
own
right.
or whatever. Thank you,
Right.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
Okay, if there are no other questions, then we can go for Aarti and then.
So we
Yeah.
conclude our Zoom session today. Thank you all so very much. We'll see you all next time again. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We thank all of the wonderful devotees for joining us in the Zoom session. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji, Dhanyavad Pranam.
Deva Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for your
Hare
session.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.